Patreonify.com. Help support the show. Go to Patreonify.com. Help us out. Keep us doing more podcasts. On with the show, baby.
Yeah! You're crazy for this, dude. You're crazy for this. You're making on Wired, TechCrunch. Miracle, miracle, miracle.
It's just such a cluster. But I love
Talk
it.
about experimentation, you know. Antoine getting it. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Play that second line.
Turn those mics on.
Turn my God.
Turn those mics on.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Danny Wood.
Oh my God, miracle, miracle.
There's Danny.
In his work shirt.
Yeah.
He got a little lipstick. Oh, it's got
Wow.
Oh my God. Just wait for the
He's got the
trumpet.
instrumental section.
Oh, I forgot about the
Here it is. Here it is.
Hey. Oh my God. Jacob Saucy.
Bring in the funk.
Second line. Keep on
I love the trumpet so much. It's so great.
Wow. Welcome, everybody, to the Conscious Club podcast. It's the number 1, number 2 Vulfpeck podcast here at CHOBO Studios in beautiful Van Nuys, or at least CHOBO Studios is the only beautiful place in Van Nuys, California, in the Valley Flats of Los Angeles. We're just miles away from Jack Stratton himself, unless he's in Ohio. Then we're thousands of miles away from Jack Stratton. But we're pretty close to Joey Dosick, I would assume.
Probably.
I think he's
at least his family,
Yeah, his family. I think they're Northridge folk.
Yeah.
So we're a lot closer to Joey Dosick.
Although let's not dox the
Don't dox yourself. We
Yeah,
don't want to
don't dox
dox.
yourself.
Yeah, we don't want to dox ourselves. Well, welcome everybody. It's the Conscious Club podcast. I am Indy.
I'm Tori.
She's Victoria. Tori, the illustrious Tori. Also, we have producer Daniel.
Woo!
Wonderful to be here. Hello.
Woo! Did you get that hat at the Greek?
I did at the Greek LA show.
Ah, beautiful.
I love those hats.
That was such a great show. I remember was Joey Dosick opened with what's his name? Who was the guy who played with Joey Dosick? He had a funny name.
It was like a Travis or a William.
It was like Smiley or something. It was like is something.
He was
What
fantastic.
instrument did he play?
He was like percussion. Remember, he had like a table.
Yes.
He had like a table full of stuff.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it was Smiley or something like that. He had either like a one-word name or his last name was odd. Anyway.
Weird. We've seen Joey so many times live. That's the only time I've ever seen him play with somebody else.
Yeah. Well, did we
He's
see?
played with Joe Dart though.
Yeah. Well, we saw him at we saw him in LA a few times, but it was with a band, right?
Oh, true. He played with
The Troubadour?
band with the Latina percussionist. She's amazing. I forget her name.
Yeah.
She was super good.
Yeah. Well, we just
Off topic here.
yeah. Anyway, well, it's the number 1, number 2 Vulfpeck podcast. We love Vulfpeck. We are not
In any way affiliated or sanctioned by Vulfpeck.
we're not affiliated with Vulf Productions LLC or any of the Vulf umbrella.
Vulf
we
Records LLC.
yeah, Vulf Records LLC. We just love Vulfpeck. We're not experts in Vulfpeck. We're not experts in music, although we do play some music. We are nowhere of the caliber of the Vulf clan of musicianship, nor do we ever claim to be. We just love Vulfpeck. I would say to the moon and back, or to the edge of the universe, honestly.
100%. To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, like I want to say and Daniel could probably back me up on this because I showed him the Corey Wong video long ago at BuzzFeed. Yeah. And we both worked at BuzzFeed together. I walked over to his desk and I said, watch this video. There's like a script, a rolling script that comes on the screen. Isn't it fun? And from that day on, I have been following the Jack Stratton, the Vulfpeck.
And I would say spreading the word of Vulfpeck because you got me into Vulf.
Well, the gospel.
The gospel.
Yeah. The funk gospel. Yeah. And I want to say, Danny, you could probably back me up on this. You witnessing me watch Vulfpeck, love Vulfpeck, start to embody the Vulfpeck isms led to me creating Chobo. And I think Jack Stratton single-handedly did that. What do you think?
I think that there are a number of podcasts within the Conscious Club catalog that you can go back to. I don't even have to back you up. That backs you up. Jack Stratton is probably... is it number one most influential figure of the last 5 years of your life?
100%. I mean, I really don't know who else would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because honestly, the shtick, the education, the musicianship, also the mystique.
The business acumen.
There's so many vertical tent poles that set up this beautiful tapestry.
Did you add the comedy too?
The comedy. I mean, the shtick. That was the shtick. Yeah,
shtick.
yeah. We're switching for the shtick. But yeah, I gotta say, I just love Jack Stratton. I love what he puts into the world. I love his mystique. The mystery is another thing that I need to learn more of. Because I'm a podcaster.
We just give away all the secrets.
We just give away all the seats, the secrets, and we like to make the implicit explicit. And I think that's probably what makes the Conscious Club podcast great, and probably why it repels all of the Vulfpeck people.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Also, we do have a Patreon. If you're watching right now, and I know you are, we would love for you to join our podcast Patreon. It's patreonify.com. I bought the best digital real estate in the land. And if you go to patreonify.com, it'll redirect you to our Patreon page, because telling you to go to the patreon.com/the Conscious Club podcast is just too many letters for you to input. And I want to get you there quicker. So, I pay, $9 a year to make sure that you get there. Or I guess our patrons pay for that. Mm-hmm. If you go to Patreonify, yeah. But yes, please join, help support the show. We do this out of love, not for money. And we really want to continue doing this show. We operate out of CHOBO Studios, which is Tori and I own the company, CHOBO LLC. And we're podcast producers here in the Valley of Los Angeles. And if you're in LA, you could shoot your podcast here with us. Without further ado, I'm going to jump into our Instagram questions, and we got a lot this time.
Awesome.
I didn't realize that we were the problem the entire time. We were the problem the entire time. Yes. I didn't realize there was a correlation between the time I post and ask people to supply stuff.
We need to give people more than 20 minutes to respond to our Instagram videos.
Yeah. If I give people 20 minutes, there is a plethora of one.
There's Bill.
Yeah. So let's go through it. We have our first person that said anything, the great Aiden McClave, who I think first came on the show on episode 13, The History of Jack Stratton to the Layman, which is actually our most watched podcast, and Tori was not on it.
That's
so I
because,
think maybe
people don't like women.
Maybe there's a correlation there. We should change the lineup.
The fact that the guy who knows nothing about Vulfpeck has better views than somebody who knows Vulfpeck is an abomination.
Yeah, abomination.
But we love him.
Yeah. Anyway, well, Aiden says, any update on Dr. So? Is he still a terrible person?
The Dr. So lore runs deep.
Go to episode 13 of the Conscious Club podcast and you'll know all about Dr. So. He's my dentist here in the Valley of Los Angeles in North Hollywood. And for some reason, Aiden just despises this man.
He's a great dentist. He's also mine.
Yeah. Also, a fellow coworker, female coworker at the job I used to have recommended him. And he said, I recommend him not only because he's a good dentist, but because he's hot. Would you
She
think?
said that?
Yeah. Would you think Dr. So's hot?
Not at all.
Whoa. Okay.
What's up, Daniel?
Yeah. What's up, D?
We haven't answered the question. Is he a terrible person?
No, he's a great
Oh my
person.
gosh.
He's
If
an
you
amazing
knew-
dentist.
I think.
Aiden just has like this weird nemesis thing.
Well, ever since he left America, yeah, he used to live here in Los Angeles. Now he lives in the Netherlands. He
Aiden or Dr. So?
Aiden. No, if Dr. So went to the Netherlands, he's such a great person. I would move there too, but not
for Aiden.
for Aiden. Hell no. I'd move to the Harlem with 1 A before I moved to the Harlem with 2 A's. He lives in Harlem, Netherlands. Anyway, yeah, Dr. So is a great dentist, and it's not Vulfpeck related. I'm sure Dr. So has no idea who Vulfpeck is, but Aiden also says here it was a rhetorical question. I know he is a terrible person. So.
Literally the
Very
nicest
good.
guy, Dr. So.
He's the nicest guy. Also, he doesn't. I've been to a West Side highfalutin dentist,
too.
and they said I had like
Highway
17
robbery.
cavities, which I didn't. I went to Dr. So. He said I had none. So when the West Siders, these highfalutin folks, these non-Vulfpeck people, if they listen to Vulfpeck, I could tell they don't listen to Vulfpeck.
Highway robbery.
Yeah, highway robbery. You open your mouth and they see dollar signs, not Dr. So. Hell no. Yeah. Anyway, we got way off subject, but thank you, Aiden, for contributing to our Instagram roundup. Dr. So is a beautiful man. If you're in Los Angeles, please go to the NoHo Smile Center. Also, next in the Instagram responses is Danny Wood. And he actually replied four times. Good old Danny.
God dang.
God damn. He says, thoughts on Corey Wong supporting the earrings and him on the Late Show this week. We have
On
that.
the Late Show we have.
Yeah, we have that. Why don't we actually cut to that, actually?
Let's do it. Where did you put it?
It's at the very top.
Literally
Corey Wong,
so
right there.
long.
Yep. Go to the video. Not that
Video?
one. Yeah, the video. So this is the little snippet at the end of the show. I'll go to the very end.
It looks like it would be hard to walk in that lunar.
That's weird. I did. There we go.
Cyborgasm. Stick around.
Hey.
Isn't that beautiful? And with Louis Cato of the Cato
And
triplets.
it's the same exact outfit he wore the last time he did the Late Show. His iconic striped top. And
Yeah.
blazer.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's his like Spider-Man uniform.
Yeah.
It's under everything he wears. He's like a never nude.
100%.
Yeah. So I don't know what the earrings are.
What are the earrings? Is that a
Maybe
band
Google
that he
Google
likes?
Corey Wong earrings. There's two. He put it with 2 R's though.
He's on their tour.
The earrings.
Earrings band.
What do you mean? Corey Wong sporting the earrings. Corey Wong with earrings?
He has earrings?
Maybe don't do and the earrings tour. Maybe just earrings. And images, maybe?
He's not going to pop up. We have to go to his Instagram.
Okay.
Or does he have earrings here in his late night show?
Danny Wood, we have no idea what the earrings are. No. Wow.
Danny, we need more information.
Who's hotter, Corey Wong or Dr. So?
Corey.
Whoa.
Easy.
Okay. Well, we don't know what the earrings are, Danny. Maybe you can stipulate in the comments what you meant by that.
Well, let's go to his Instagram and do some investigation.
Okay, we could.
Right?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Instagram.com/Corey J. Wong.
I mean, I'm assuming he probably posted a pic. He's wearing earrings. He's wearing earrings. He's wearing earrings.
Put the audio on.
And I love him.
And he's wearing the
Today's
Schvitz.
agenda is to track a handful of songs on drums.
I love
We're
him.
trying to get Michael Bland verified today. We're going to get Michael Bland verified today.
Yes.
I love the studs. I think they're fabulous.
I love it. And also in the telethon they were talking about they don't get merch early. Well, I think Jack changed that.
I mean, he's wearing it.
He's wearing it. He's wearing the Vulf.
And did you see the email I sent you? They just sent out the shipments for the Pseudo Doo release.
Pseudo Doo-Doo.
This was. Please don't. Don't call call me out on that.
Oh, I like that pseudo doo-doo. We should call him pseudo doo-doo.
Okay, so it just got sent out to the layman. So I think he did get an early.
So maybe he
release.
just got the shipment.
But you know what? Pseudo probably sent it to him early. It has nothing.
For some
to
reason,
do
I
with
feel like
Jack.
pseudo's in the Midwest somewhere. So maybe it was easy. It was quicker to send
Easy
it to
access.
to Minneapolis. But anyway, yeah,
Very
Corey
Chobo
Wong on the
colors.
Late Show. I love how Danny Wood kind of brings the rundown that's already on the rundown.
I gotta say,
Beautiful.
Danny, you really clocked that, and I never saw the earrings until
Yeah.
you mentioned it. But
Also, he has a
Thank you for
question.
that.
He's asking us, and I don't know why he's asking us per se, but he says, should I put flat wound strings on my new bass, the SX Ursa 2 jazz bass, so he can be like Laura Lee of Krungbin? And I gotta say, of the three people here, I'm the one with flat wound strings on my Squire jazz bass.
so that's a yes.
So yeah, Danny, if you're looking for a recommendation, I would recommend to do it. Now, what you're going to experience if you've never played them before is that they're silky smooth, and the resistance that your fingers on the fretboard will get virtually melt away to nothing. So, but it's a different feel. It's kind of like regular strings will kind of rough up your fingers, but this kind of, it's a different feel. It's kind of like you're rubbing on a tiny pole. Whereas I don't know how to explain it. You may get sorer fingers, but they won't be as roughed up. You know,
It's going places I wasn't
well,
expecting.
no, I mean it's like like the abrasive side of the sponge. That's regular strings, but it's
Gotcha.
like, but if you run your finger on like a cable coming out of your computer or a charging cable, it's
It's smooth.
it's smooth, right?
I mean, you didn't have to do the whole diatribe. You could have just said they're smooth.
They're smooth. Moving on, we have another response from Tommy. Tommy does music. We miss him on the Patreon. Everybody's gone from the Patreon. We miss you too,
in
Danny.
honorable mentions. I do.
Okay, cool. We'll get there. He says, if Vulf could play any festival, what festival and other headliners would you pick? Okay.
One that's in LA because I do not like traveling to go to anywhere to see anybody.
Okay, that's good. But I want to say this brings up contention because today, and you could probably bring up the Echoland thing, Vulfpeck released the Echoland flyer, of which they're one of the top 3 acts, which is great, and props to Jack Stratton.
Awesome.
Props to Vulfpeck.
Where the hell is Live Oak, Florida?
Well, it's in Florida. But I guess one thing I want to say, when I saw this in my Instagram feed today, I wasn't happy. I was not happy. And Daniel knows me in concerts. He is very frustrated with me in concerts. And if there was one thing that he would change about me, it's probably that. Would you would you agree?
Going to the concert, seeing the bands playing. It's a nice thing to do.
Yeah. And especially festivals. You'll never see me at a festival unless it's VulfCon. No.
Yeah, unless it's all Vulf.
Yeah, I'm looking up the exact time the band goes on, and I will be there promptly 20 minutes before they get on, and I will leave right as they're playing their last song, so I don't have to wait at all whatsoever. I'm just a lazy guy who doesn't want to wait. You know, call me a West Side highbrow, but anyway, I'm digressing. Tommy, I wouldn't want any festival other than the associated acts in the Vulf sphere.
Like a VulfCon.
Like a VulfCon. If there's Joey Dosick, if there's Woody Goss, Antoine Stanley, even like the ancillary members of like Corey Wong's band, stuff like that, I'll go to see that. I'll spend all day. I'll spend all the money. I'll buy a hotel. I'll buy a plane flight. Like, I think the farthest I'll fly, which is what I've already done, is fly to Colorado. It's not a long flight. I've gone to the Red Rocks pilgrimage, and it's fun. It's fun. I stay with my cousin, so I didn't have to pay for a hotel, but it was fun. I think I would fly to see Vulfpeck. I have flown to see Vulfpeck, but I don't want to see and Daniel, you may have a different.
I don't need to see
thing
all
here.
these bands.
Yeah.
Who are these people? I don't need it. I don't need it. I want to see Vulf, and then I'll see Corey Wong's set.
Yeah,
That's all
we're
I
picky.
want.
We're very picky. Now,
Like, I don't
Daniel,
need all of this.
when you see this lineup, what do you think? What's you're like? Ooh, I would like to go to that.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool to see Tyler Childers headlining. You know, always fun to see Phil Lesh and friends.
Flaming
back
Lips.
There. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, this looks fun.
Tenacious D though, that's pretty lit.
Tenacious D.
This looks,
Crazy how Vulfpeck's above Tenacious D though.
It
Isn't
is
that
pretty
insane?
cool. It's pretty
like that's
awesome.
a great feat. They have summited.
It's
you know,
awesome.
they've climbed the hill, and also Corey Wong's there. But other than that, the only other bands I know are Soja. I know Soja.
You know the Flaming Lips. You know.
I've never heard of the
Tenacious
Flaming
D.
Lips in my entire
What?
life. I know
Okay.
Nile Rodgers. Was Nile Rodgers?
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure I stole Flaming Lips songs
You
from
know
your
Robert
computer
Plant?
in high school.
It doesn't ring a bell whatsoever. Never heard of it in my life.
Robert Plant.
Oh yeah, I know Robert Plant, obviously.
Okay.
But 90% of this list never heard of, and nor would I want to waste my money to go see him. JK. It's true, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Tommy, no festival, no other acts other than
Unless
the
it's a
Vulfpeck people,
VulfCon.
unless it's the VulfCon. Now I like ska music, so if there was like a Vulf Real Big Fish collab with the Aquabats opening, and like maybe like I don't know, like No Doubt comes out of their slumber, they come in there. I'll go see that.
Kind of canceled.
Yeah, Gwen Stefani's canceled.
She said she identifies as Japanese and she's white. People weren't very happy about that.
Oh, she identifies as Japanese.
It was in a recent magazine thing. It's a whole nother thing.
You
we don't
could
need
do
to
that
get
though.
into.
I mean, what if you went to Tokyo and like just you were like, this is home to me? I think that's okay.
I guess her dad was like a businessman in Japan.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, I went to Cal State Fullerton, which No Doubt played in the quad at Cal State Fullerton, and there's video of it on YouTube. Like 20 years before, like as I was a child. I didn't put it in the rundown, but yeah. So yeah, maybe she undergoes surgery, and maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does a Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah. But yeah, this Echoland Festival, $289 for the cheapest ticket.
Ooh, that camping price.
And especially for me, if I'm seeing Vulfpeck and it's $300, and I gotta like,
They better be playing in my living room.
It's a
That's all I
pilgrimage.
gotta
Yeah,
say.
exactly. It's a pilgrimage. I have to fly to another state, the other side of the country. That's 10 hours in a plane
But
both
if you're
ways.
into camping lifestyle and you're into like
Yeah.
the festival scene and like camping and like
Yeah.
that whole lifestyle, it's probably good for you if
Yeah.
you like Vulf.
Right. I love to camp
It's for those
in our living
folks.
room on our couch.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Daniel likes to climb mountains. So this is probably
go
right
to
up his
this.
alley.
I was looking at it, I'm like, that's a nay. I can swing that. I know some people like, let's go to this.
Yeah. Well, what sucks too is that like I hate to be a Debbie Downer, you know. I don't really want to be a Debbie Downer, but every time I see a new festival announcement from Vulfpeck, I get a little bit livid. Because here's the thing. The barrier to entry to see the Vulf is so high that I remember Red Rocks, I think, was like $89 for a ticket, if I remember, and this was pre-inflation. So all I had to do, I think I paid maybe $200 round trip for the flight. I didn't have to pay for the hotel because I stayed with my cousin. So like I was at like $300, $350 with the ticket and the flight and the lodging. And I don't know. But that was just to see Vulf. I didn't have to go, wait around like a peasant for Vulfpeck to come on,
It's a bit much in this economy, but God bless. If you love camping, it's perfect for you.
Yeah.
If you love festival life.
Yeah, if you love festival life, you'll never catch me dead at a festival. Or alive at a festival, for that matter. Unless it's VulfCon.
Cut to you at a festival in 2050.
Yeah, cut to us at the
It's
booth
only
at
place
VulfCon.
to see Vulfpeck. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll put it this way, Tommy. If there's a VulfCon, we will buy a booth. How about that? We'll buy a booth and we'll do the show, and we'll mingle with the Vulf fans.
The Vulfies.
Yeah, and maybe we'll have like a like random guests that kind of come on, and they just sit down and we talk how we hate festivals at a festival.
That would be cool to interview a bunch of different Vulf fans.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So fun.
Yeah, Conscious Club Podcast field
On the
segments.
road.
Yeah, talk about a field segment. It'd be in a soccer field.
What are the Cory Wong playing cards on the rundown? Is that a new Tamper Wolf thing?
I missed that. No, these are old, baby. If I want to go back to the Patreon, if you get on our Patreon, you'll get the Cory Wong playing cards made by Tamberwolf.
Forgot we still had some.
Yeah, we have 3 packs left. So Danny and Tommy, if you want to get back on the Patreon, I'll send them to you. But then we also if they do that, we still have 1 left. So let's get that going.
A new person needs to join.
Yeah, join the Patreon. Help us make more podcasts. We love Vulfpeck, and all we want to do is spread our love for Vulfpeck and not festivals.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get into it.
There's new music. Let's just go into the telethon.
You know what I was gonna say? Let's just not go into that since it's all in the telethon anyway.
Yeah.
We were gonna go over all the new releases, but we don't really need to. We can just
It's
talk
in the
about
telethon.
it in the telethon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Cool.
That sounds great. So I'm going to pull up the telly. And actually, I'm going to go link by link.
Sure. Yeah, jump around if you want. Let's get into the meat of it. I don't want any you know me, I don't like to wait.
I know.
I want any extraneous waiting.
So when Jacob Jeffries joined the Zoom, it's literally the cutest thing ever. Watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna step outside. This is too crazy.
Hey.
Hey.
Jeff
Can y'all hear me?
Look at him.
Joey, where you going,
Joey.
Joey?
I'm in an undisclosed location outside Subway.
Yeah. Outside Detroit, you said?
Subway.
Oh, outside of Subway.
We're going to
Outside Subway.
we're gonna do some stories behind the songs, and then get into and then get into
Is he joining?
Some highly experimental Zoom stuff.
Can everyone hear us right now, or just?
So I have Jacob doxing them in a second. But then I wanted to talk about, I'm going in sequential order. The band apparently doesn't get any merch, which we kind of mentioned earlier, which we thought was like crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely no members of Vulfpeck have ever received any merchandise from the band. Ever. There's no stash. People can hit me up. They go, "Yo, dude, can you reserve one of those?" Like, dude, I love that you think I have a copy. I do not have one. I never will ever have one.
No extra copies.
There was one time where we played Red Rocks and Allegra came in and was like, "Hey, we have some merch. Do you guys want any?" And then we're like, "Yeah, like maybe like just give us one of each." She's like, "I don't think I can do that. We're gonna like sell out in 10 minutes."
That was Corey. That was the exact one where the people were hitting me up, being like, "Yo, do you have any?" I'm like, "What makes you think I have any? What? Because I'm in the band? That means I would have the merch."
I love how Theo is so stoned right now.
I know, I love it.
Like he's on some gummies, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. I you could tell the gummies. You could tell people were on the
Yeah.
gummies. Yeah, maybe not Jack. I think he's on some 10 milligram, but I think Theo's
He's
on
50. He didn't probably want to hit the gummies too hard because he has to worry about getting everyone on and letting people in.
You know what happens when Jack takes too many gummies? He takes a left when he should take a right. There we go. Also, I want to mention Jacob Jeffries. You know, he agreed to come on the show months and months and months and months ago, and we've lost touch. Yeah, we've lost touch. So I got to hit him up again. But I want to say, it's so great. He's kind of like he's a freshman in the Vulf sphere. You know what I mean? He's a freshman. He's kind of being hazed in a way, and also in like the Vulfmon release of 2022. You know, he is in the cult. He's in the cult of the Vulfmon, and he's learning from Vulf. And what's great is that do you have him doxing them?
Yeah, it's so cute.
And this is great because you could tell that Jack's really cracking the whip on Jacob, the old Jacob Jeffries. Yeah, and you could tell. Go ahead. You could tell.
What you said?
Subway.
I got that. I got that effect.
They're doxed.
All right. You're killing it.
You're killing it. So
you can see there was Jack for a second where he looked.
He has his hand on his heart.
Look at him.
He's like, oh no. So I think this is why other than the fact that I haven't even reached out, that Jack would never come on the Conscious Club podcast because we make the implicit and explicit, which goes against everything he's about.
But it's a reason why Jacob Jeffrey belongs to come on this show because
that was the next.
That's his vibe.
Right, that's the next logical point there because, he already has agreed, and I think getting Jacob Jeffries on this show would undo a lot of Jack's work. Don't you think?
We're gonna bring the Empire down, or what?
Yeah, I think he's the perfect one to infiltrate.
To his knees.
Yeah, we got to infiltrate the weak. No, he's not weak. He's penned some Vulfpeck tunes, so he's a strong musician. I'm saying the freshman. We're gonna dump. What is it? Dumpster? When you put the freshman in the trash can.
Okay.
I mean, not literally. I'm just saying, we're gonna dox the
I don't think
undoxable.
it's possible to bring anything down because Jack is so secretive. Even the people close to him that make music, like Theo said in this clip, I am Jack's best friend and I know absolutely nothing of what's going on.
Sweet.
Oh shoot!
We're gonna talk about that later.
Announce the announcement.
I just want everyone to know that even as one of Jack's closest friends, I have no idea what's going on. No, I talk to this guy every single day. I have no clue, in terms of what the secret is.
Well, yeah, we're going to.
He surprised me with my own merch item
we
last
go.
night. We were hanging out. He shows me my own merch item I didn't even make yet. He already made it.
I won't show that one.
Don't show
I won't
it.
show that one.
Oh man. See it.
Some intro.
See,
music
that's-
here.
Any thoughts here, Daniel?
A couple, but we don't gotta hear it.
No, please dox yourself.
No. Just of the Theo merch. It's fantastic.
I
It's
know.
just a great little bit.
Yeah.
It is great.
I don't know if it's temperament or something you're born with, but it seems like I wish I could get an understanding of how mystery works. Because I'm such an explicit guy that I have to ask. I have to make the implicit explicit in
Run
everything I
ideas
do.
by people.
Right, what do you mean by that? Explain that. There's in my world, there's no mystery, and I think that's what I lack.
Personality, just something that's genuinely him.
Yeah, that's what I long for that trait, that personality trait, where you don't want to divulge anything.
I think he loves to see people's genuine reaction, all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
He loves to
also
surprise people.
his biggest strength could be his biggest weakness too, right? In that he's so caught up in the mystery that he kind of neglects his following to a negative degree in some ways. Like say with the festivals, all they're doing is the festivals, and the barrier to entry is so high to see Vulf that the going to the sand, as he says in the State of the Vulf. We can't go to the sand. The barrier to entry to the sand is just the rich.
I think on his end, it might be a lot easier technically to do festivals.
Right.
Because
right.
you don't have to worry about renting out the entire stadium
that's
for one night or
that's
whatever.
furthering my point here.
Yeah.
I think he's moving away from his humility. I think the humility train has left the station. Because we can't go to the sand, as they say, or go to the roots, as the people call it, if the people at the sand can't see the show. What do you think, Daniel? Am I going on a limb here? Am I
You're always out on a limb. That's for sure.
I think festivals make sense for Vulf because you have a band that is geographically fairly separated. I mean, this telethon takes place over Zoom and who knows how many different time zones.
Yeah.
Along with that, Vulfpeck's not the primary gig of really most of the musicians present, correct? Each one of these people has solo careers, tours of their own, projects of their own.
I would argue that Jack wants it that way.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it does kind of hinder the ability to do long-form tours.
Right.
either across America,
I mean,
across
but
Europe every
I'm not
year.
asking for a tour though.
Well,
I'm just asking for maybe some pop-up shows, like maybe once or twice a
Annual
year.
show or something. Yeah, you
Yeah.
find a home venue. That
Like
sounds
Red Rocks,
good.
like
well,
how they've
that
done
might
that.
be that's an interesting thing to maybe explore here, because I would argue that Vulfpeck is worth being the main thing for everybody. Not that, obviously it would hinder Corey Wong in a way, because he's
so busy.
he's taken on Jack's business acumen
He
to a
has his own
whole different
tour.
degree. But I'm saying I think it discredits what Vulfpeck has done by making it the side dish, as Jack even says. I don't want to be the side dish. I want to be the main dish.
Mm-hmm.
He said that in the salad making, in the G-Bomb salad video live stream. We ain't the main dish. We ain't the side dish. We're the main dish.
Right, because what you're saying is, like, in a way, Corey and Theo might not, and most of the musicians might not have the clout that they would if it wasn't for Vulfpeck, and Vulfpeck's almost being kind of neglected in a way, even though that is the main dish.
Exactly.
In making them who they are.
Right. Like, what are some other super groups? I mean, I don't know if Steely Dan's a super group, but,
I'd say
like,
so.
People, like, I would say if there was a tour, I think all the people in Vulfpeck, the core four and the ancillary members, who really, as Jack stated in State of the Vulf, are considered Vulfpeck, they would all, happily give away their tour time for Vulfpeck, because I think even Corey Wong, as many shows as Corey Wong does, that would only mean that Corey Wong does like 13 less shows.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean he's going to make 13 shows less worth of money. Because if you know anything about Vulfpeck, they're scarce, right? So a Vulf tour would be quite scarce, lending itself to being okay to having a tour every year. And okay for Corey Wong and Theo and Antoine and all and Joy Dosick and everybody to sacrifice some tour time for Vulfpeck, because it wouldn't actually, I don't think, damage their tours all that much because of how scarce Vulfpeck is. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, it's not more so than just tours. I think it's also kind of allowing. I mean, we've kind of talked about how Madison Square Garden was sort of this like really climactic moment for this band, and even Jack's talked about how that like signified an era, and now we're moving into a different era of Vulf, an era more about teaching, era about these like brand new things that's being figured out right before our eyes, and in that process, maybe we don't need those kind of like big Vulf shows at the moment. We'll get back to those tentpole events, but it does allow for the artists to go and create more art themselves that does actually funnel back into Vulfpeck. Every Vulfpeck album does sort of like feature an artist who's recently released an album in sort of ways like it's been Joey Dosick before on what's the one that used to be here? Sorry, Mr. Finish Line. It was there's a couple Theo tracks on
I mean, like Inside Voice, Joey Dosick's album played a role in the Schvitz album, the In Heaven track. Yeah.
Right. So I think that ultimately, right now we're definitely in a scarcity of Vulf shows based on sort of like this figuring out what the new era will look like. But I mean, even just a couple years ago, we were getting a Red Rocks every year. We were getting 2 Greek shows, there were ways to fly around the country and see Vulf outside of festivals, but perhaps right now festivals are sort of the best way until we get to that next era. And maybe we'll have something new with this like new album.
Right.
Last year was just focused on kind of like B-sides and Vulfman himself, right?
Right. Yeah. No, I think you have a very nuanced point, Daniel, and I think, and and I agree with you, because I think where my opinion stems from is me wanting to see Vulfpeck. It's selfish.
It's fair to want to see Vulfpeck. I think a lot of people want to see Vulfpeck.
Right. So, which I think also plays into what Jack is trying to do. He's trying to create a want to see right in the scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think you made a great point in that they're letting it, like Jack is not forcing anything specifically. He's letting everybody do their thing so that maybe whatever that is this era 2 can form itself fully formed, and Jack can kind of take his time. And I think that's actually quite spiritual of him to not force, to not let it go. And also in doing that creates a scarcity and creates a want, right? So I think he's actually more Jedi. I actually probably take that back. He's not. I think the humility train hasn't left the station.
Okay, you're walking it back. Okay. You're walking it back.
Hey, I think that's a lesson in humility. I should be able to walk it back. I'm a human. I should be able to once we set sail, we can come back to port. Our past experiences don't dictate where we go.
Yeah.
We can be forgiven, by the funk gods, and I think you brought up such, oh man, it's like you kind of look like Jack Stratton, honestly, from here. So it's like he's
Jack is speaking through Daniel.
Yeah, he's got the Schvitz look, he's got that Jack Stratton look. I just got a pube beard. He's got the Jack beard,
Yeah.
But you have an uncanny resemblance to Jack. What'd you say?
Said the glasses probably do a lot.
Yeah.
The glasses. Yeah. But yeah, that's an interesting point, Daniel. And I gotta say, the Dannies really bring it on the Conscious Club podcast.
There's a lot of Dannies.
Yeah. But I think we got on this from Jacob Jeffries. What a tangent we just went on. But I think that's actually a really good conversation. I think this is what the Conscious Club podcast is all about, is that we find it as we go. And I think what Jack is doing with the era 2, letting it evolve, letting it happen, letting things come to him, is more meditative than anything. He's attracting all that is the ancillary members, what they do. Man, he's like a puppet master in that way, where Corey goes out on his long tours, his multiple cities, multiple states, the Europe, Africa, wherever he's going, Antarctica, I'm sure he's played there. And in all the ancillary members, and Jack picks the ripest fruit from all of them, and they all get to contribute in that. And I think that is such a powerful thing. And I don't know if, I'm paraphrasing what you said, Daniel, but that's what I took from what you said, is that Jack is so in tune with everything and so present with what he can do. There's no force there.
Agreed. I don't think you get more emotional in Vulfpeck than you get with Theo.
Yeah, and like what Theo was talking about on the telethon, like, we are kids' music. We're for children. It's. Do you have that linked up here?
Yep.
So I think that's what's great, and I think probably of the members of Vulfpeck, Theo is the least.
Here it is.
I have no clue.
By the way, you could just click the blue text.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Dart back or no?
I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that all ages demographic.
Well, part of the Vulf.
Man.
I think we can claim to be on the most. We're not played a lot, but on the most.
But you'll get a lot.
Serious XM stations. Right? We got Kids Corner, we got Smooth Jazz,
Kids
we got
Corner,
Jam,
yeah.
we got College, we
Yep.
got Indy.
Wow.
Do we have Fish? Do we have like the Fish
Yeah, we got-
only? We're on the Fish.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fink. Yes, we're on the fish one.
Orange Jam Bands.
I had somebody come up to me the other day and
Woody Goss.
it was like,
Excuse
Enter
me,
him.
sorry.
Admit that man.
Oh.
Go ahead.
no, just Fink,
Admit
Fink,
that,
dude.
man.
All right, Fink.
Theo's like a little kid walking in on their parents' Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Like, his energy is just like chaotic toddler, and I live for it.
Yeah, he's kind of like the perfect. He's like the perfect. He's like he's a senior, and where Jacob Jeffries is the freshman. He's still in high school, but he knows a little more than Jacob Jeff.
So should we get into our first song? So like for each song,
Yeah.
Jack kind of does like a little behind the scenes
Yeah.
info behind the song or whatever he's calling it.
Yeah.
For song Sana. just gonna skip to the
You
research.
know, we weren't.
This is the heatest. This is straight.
I know we
very heater track.
we were all kind of surprised that 'cause you know, we weren't. You know, you do the tracks and then
You never know.
you wake up the next day, you're like, that one was good, you know? And it was like,
This one was like, dang, dude.
Yo.
I remember Woody did the arpeggio thing just kind of maybe as a joke to do Dancing in the Moonlight or something, and then that became the intro.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
so great.
Whoa. Wait, was that on the spot?
Singing on the spot, dude.
Hey, you remember that?
And yeah, the reference for the vocal was frickin' that EWF.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't wanna.
Oh, shoot.
Not a direct-
Brazilian rhyme. Brazilian
Yeah.
rhyme.
Yes.
Brazilian. Yeah. There we go.
Inspiration.
Syllable.
Now,
Can you copyright syllables? I don't know.
I want to acknowledge that I did post on Instagram the phrase, "You know I'm a lyrics guy," which may have implied that I wrote these lyrics, but I did not write them. Just want to be clear. I was told
what?
they were dictated to me by and us by I don't know who, actually don't remember, but might have been Twan.
I think Joey had a hand in it too.
I-
Joey was very vocal about which syllables
Yeah.
were important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which vowels.
I gave because I tried to get in on the BGVs, and I took I tried it for 10 seconds, and then I left the room. I was like, "You guys got it."
Yeah.
Was that just
Like,
you
I'm
and
out.
Juan on that one then? On the
Well, I think
Yeah.
Jack
we
had
wrote
started.
it down. Me and Twan.
Jack had started
Totally,
saying some
though.
stuff, and then Theo
Yeah.
kind of went in. And the next thing I remember is there's a chart with all the
Yeah, we wrote it down.
Wow.
And
diapapoos.
Now, we should probably acknowledge something we were not aware of here. We were not aware that in Polish we have said the word butt. B-U-W-T.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
It's kind of
shoot.
off, like dupa, dupa.
Diapapoos.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we
duppa,
go.
Dupa. Apparently that's a.
Here we go. Let's wait for the maestro
Oh.
himself.
He doesn't even join right there. It takes him another 45 minutes to get on the stream because he's in a field in some rural area of Illinois
Yeah.
outside of Chicago.
I mean, he's in his natural habitat.
Heck yeah.
Right?
Love it.
Love it. And I think we can go to Jack pulls an Indy. What's this?
Line right here. This
Oh,
is
man.
about that jingle from that
For that.
commercial.
Obviously referencing JBR, JB Robinson, the Cleveland jewelry chain.
All right.
Indy is the king of every radio commercial ever created in Southern California.
Yeah, I'm notorious for listening to AM talk. And I got to say, there in Los Angeles, there's KFI, the incredible 50,000 watt powerhouse that is KFI. They have incredible jingles and songs. And, there's, I'm blanking right now on some. But do you know any ones that I would have, Next Gen? Isn't it
Oh my gosh. Who's the lawyer?
Superwoman, Yeah. So the jewelry commercial jingle, it's funny, even on the stream there, they were saying they don't even know what that jingle Jack is referring to.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a lover. The what?
Ghetto, every ghetto commercial.
Oh, the ghetto commercial. Yeah, no, they don't even have to be musical. I know them. I know the script.
The script.
I'll talk along.
Psychotic.
Yeah, as we're driving, I'll just speak the commercial out, and I'm psychotic for doing that. Yeah.
Should we go to the next
Pulls an
song?
Indy. Yeah, and I think is the next one New Guru?
Earworm and then New Guru. Earworm will be quick.
Okay.
All right, well, Woody, you work on that. I'll give a preview of track 2, Stories Behind the Songs.
Looks like Dupa means ass.
Not in your stomach, I'm not in the ground.
Line right right here. This
Oh,
is
man.
about that jingle from that
For that.
commercial.
Obviously referencing JBR,
We just
JB
watched that part.
Robinson, the
Go ahead,
Cleveland jewelry.
Jacob makes your diamonds dreams come true.
Different local chains, I guess.
I was just thinking of Modell's Sporting Goods, but that's some Long Island guy.
Kooks.
All right, now we're gonna move on.
Oh,
All right,
we'll just leave
move
it.
on to
Here.
We
Nuguri.
got a little comment. Love how dry the vocal is.
We're
We're not reading comments.
My bad.
That was you remembered that.
Yeah, no, it's like the jingles.
Yeah.
We're not reading comments. There's some jackisms that just lodge
reading
themselves.
comments.
Yeah.
It's very verse. It's very that.
Verse. Yeah, that one's lodged in my head. But before we go to the
New Guru?
telethon, I want to bring up.
We're already in the telethon.
No, the new guru part of the telethon.
Oh, okay.
I want to preface it. I want to get emotional.
Oh, God.
You know, I want to bring it to a different stage here because Daniel, I was in tears telling this to Victoria the other day.
Okay.
And it happens on verse 3 of New Guru. And I have the lyrics queued up here. And I was in the shower and I told you know who, the smart speaker. There's one in this room, so I don't want to name the smart speaker. And I was playing New Guru, and verse 3 comes up, and something overcame me. I was overcome with emotion, showering, and it just hits home. And let me read the lyrics from verse 3, and I might break down. Who knows? But I want to take it there on the Conscious Club podcast because it is. Like what we were talking about earlier, Daniel, a roller coaster of emotion in the album, in the energy, in the tone, the feel, and I want to do that with this show. So we're gonna get real, and it's not even a joke. This is real.
Okay.
So here's verse 3 from New Guru. All the menial tasks distract from the fact that there's a hole in your soul, like a wall has a crack. You put off the repairs. Pretend they're not there, and you failed to address the mess because you're scared. So you look for a source to carry the weight, to lighten the load of a soul gone astray, to wake you up and get you through the day, to cut through the brush and show you the way.
Yeah, that really got you.
That really got me, and I was talking about that to you a couple nights ago, and I was in tears because it's true. What I'm currently going through right now with my surgeries and everything. If you don't know, I mean, we're deep.
Gosh,
we're
don't
deep.
give them all the info.
We're deep into the show here, but you know,
Indy's had 3 surgeries.
I've had 3 surgeries. I need a 4th one, but I neglected some stuff in the pandemic, as I'm sure a lot of people did, out of fear of going to the hospital and getting COVID, but. I did exactly all of that in that verse, and it got worse, and it doubled. It got double worse.
Yeah,
it's still happening after 3 surgeries, and I'm solely responsible for it getting as bad as it did. And it hits home.
Yeah,
you know, and I want to thank whoever wrote those lyrics. It's either Jack or Antoine or whoever wrote those lyrics. For that, because I was really listening and it really hit, and I think that's widely resonant with a lot of people, and it's almost funny how serious I am right now. That's what
yeah. Doesn't say who wrote the lyrics.
Composer Jack Stratton,
thing
vocals.
That the bedwetter go-getter guys have come such a long way.
I know, right?
Yeah, right. Bedwetter go getter. Yeah.
No, but that's fantastic, and it's always wonderful when a song's able to kind of hit you at the right moment.
Right. And it's not. Yeah. What's great is that it's like just truth. You know, whoever wrote it, be it whoever in Vulf wrote those lyrics, experienced that too.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a really interesting point, and it's good to recognize that. I think it's good to recognize it because it's sobering, And I think I'm ready. I'm not scared anymore. Yeah, I've been ready, and I'm healing.
I mean, you've been facing it now for going through 3 recoveries, 3 surgeries, 3 recoveries already.
Soon to be a 4th.
So you're facing it.
Yeah. So
don't put things off. I know COVID, everyone had to put things off, but if you have a health problem, just tackle it.
Technically, I didn't have to. Like, there was no law that said you couldn't get this done.
Yeah.
The doctor who said, you could plan this surgery out, and I waited a year, and it got double worse.
Yeah.
And then when it got double worse, I scheduled the surgery, and now I have to go through twice the pain at 2 different surgery sites, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But it's a lesson learned, and now I know to face what scares me, and to be open and acknowledge that I'm scared is a thing that I think is aligning with the Vulf sphere in 100%. A way. Yeah, to spin it back to Vulfpeck here. I read today in one of my positivity books that the lion and the sheep lay together. Strength and innocence go together.
That's like a classic trope from the Bible. It's like the lion and the sheep.
Right. The lion and the sheep lie together. And it has more to do with innocence as to strength. Innocence is not to weakness. Next track.
Let's finish if there's any thoughts on New Guru here.
Okay.
Yeah. That was messed up. Wait, can we do that again? A lot of notes in that.
Oh, this is when Joey starts dancing.
Start running.
Yeah.
We got the composer here.
Okay. The composer.
Hey, the Frosh.
Hey, everyone.
The man with the pen.
So maybe he wrote the lyrics.
The wazoo. People have been saying.
Maybe.
People say.
Is it generally the composer that writes the lyrics?
Well, it's weird because Jack was credited as a composer on the thing, but maybe he did write the lyrics. Jim?
No, it seems like something Antoine would write. Yeah, what do you have to say, Dan?
Don't they do the YouTube liner notes these days?
Yeah, there's no lyricist. There's only composer and vocals.
And that was given to Jack for the composer.
Yeah, Jack's the composer. Yeah.
Jeffries is the ghostwriter in this case?
Well, actually, yeah. What does the text say on the video? Because it usually Jack puts written by Jack Stratton and Jacob Jeffries. But that could mean the music.
Right. I think Jacob and Jack maybe collaborated on the lyrics. Yeah. And then Jack composed the music parts, and maybe Jacob did too. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Antoine wrote those lyrics, or at least that verse. I don't know. That's the feeling I get. I could definitely be wrong, but I'm going to go with my gut.
Definitely wasn't. Or he would have been credited, probably.
But Jack doesn't really credit the lyricist.
I don't know.
Generally.
There's a lot of confusing
yeah. Jack, you gotta be more specific here on your liner notes. Okay.
Should we go on to the next song?
Yeah, let's go on to the next track.
All right, let's do it. Oh wait, Woody emerges from the woods. We have to grace this with our part.
Oh, look at.
Hey man. Hey everyone.
He's gonna pop up.
Man with the pen.
This one has references out the wazoo. People have been saying. People say. What do they say?
Well, it's like a disco vibe.
They say Disco Inferno's come up a lot.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I hear that.
Even thought about.
I think when we were going at it, it was like it felt Herculean in terms of the musical.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Menken, Walter Hawkins.
Some
Walter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the riff you were rocking for a little
Well,
bit.
we're old school. This is some show tunes type thing, you know?
Yeah, it's
Okay, I don't know where Woody is.
Old school, man. It's
I just
brings
did more do that
on the jam.
Maybe I miss. Oh, there he is.
Hey, speaking of new guru, I remember one of the references, Jack, because you played me some of these at your house. There's Woody.
Good morning.
Hey, Woody.
Yeah, dude.
Good morning, Woodward.
Woodland.
Happy New
Woodlander.
Year. New Zealand in
Hey.
the house.
Woodlander.
Wow, dude. Merry Christmas, bro.
Wait, what was Corey saying?
What was one of the references, Corey? We're doing stories behind the songs, Woody.
And
Got
I have the new guru demo here I could pull up. But
Whoa.
I remember you played me some of this when I was at your house, and you played Earworm, which, by the way, I knew that one was dope because I had it stuck in my head for days.
Yes.
Even when you just played it for me on the keyboard, and we were kind of playing through stuff. But new group, I think there's an old Walter Hawkins and I think the Love City Choir, the Love Something Choir, that song Thank You. There's a live version of Thank You, Walter Hawkins and the choir. And that song actually influenced a lot of gospel singers. Therefore, I actually always thought it was an Israel Houghton reference. That little walk down, the walk down thing. There's a Israel Live in South Africa or something record.
Oh.
And I used to reference that sort of thing. But he was actually pulling back from the Walter and then putting him
Getting
in
in
the
the
source
weeds.
material of Walter. I was like, oh, that's where that thing is. And you did the walk down and the dueling banjos.
Yeah, we converted the Hawkins lick into dueling banjos, which I'm very proud of.
Yes.
One of my proudest.
Jack, you did.
Kooks.
These guys are great. They're going into the weeds. That's funny. Like
Weeds.
Vulfpeck is our weeds,
100%.
but music is their weeds.
I
You
know,
know.
Next.
All right.
I'm just a piece of fruit. Stood the queen is fed.
What are you just looking for birds?
I love Woody.
All right, this
Butter.
is a Catsman. You've been sitting on this for a long time, right?
Yeah, well, there are these, for some reason, every once in a while, I've got like a collection of songs that I feel like they're just Paul McCartney songs. Not that it's like, I'm not trying to rip him off, it just comes out that way sometimes.
It's
You
just
know?
his style.
Sometimes it comes out a
It's
certain
just
way,
like
and it's
that.
like, they're all sort of the same tune. Like, people have been like, this kind of has a Lonely Town vibe. It's like, well, it's a
Definitely.
little bit like when Fogerty gets sued for ripping off a Creedence Clearwater revival track. It's like, well, you know, it's kind of the
Fogerty.
same cat on both ends of the stick. So, anyway, that's what happened here. But, yeah.
This is a weird one, though, because Woody was
weird.
dropping knowledge on us with the
I'm
lick.
glad that you showed somebody got the lineage of
Yes.
the Beatles tune. That one little melody in the
Sexy Sadie, Karma Police.
Yes, I'm really glad some nerd picked up on that.
I think it's important to say, sometimes when these things come out in the music, it's not planned. It's just like the Beatles are so deep in the psyche that I couldn't even tell it. Like, it took me a while when you were like, what song is this? It was like, I have no idea. And then it's like, oh, it's Sexy Sadie. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. But it's like, who knows how many thousands of times I've listened to that, but I didn't think like, I'm going to go do that. You know what I mean? It just comes out.
Leo, do you want to talk about the lyric?
Yeah.
Oh,
At all,
yeah.
or-
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there is a...
All right,
there
this
is-
becomes a little bit of a gummy moment, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
cut there. But pretty great.
Yeah.
We
I'd say
love
also, the next song, Simple Step, that's something that's kind of become its own earworm for me this week.
Oh my god!
I've been whistling that all day.
So good too.
Oh yeah, it's been on the Conscious Club podcast before.
Yeah.
We sung Simple Step, and it was a Groove Spoon track
Yeah.
from the old days.
So good.
Yeah.
Quick.
Oh. This one and Serve Somebody, and then probably like New Guru and Sauna are like my top ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoa.
On the record for Mom, huh?
Right. Joe, man. Joe kicking in. Joey.
I love when
Also got a really Steely Dan sound
Yes,
here in this
especially
intro.
with the sax too.
Yeah, it's very much like
Very Steely.
like bold, melodic. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, I think, we've gone pretty deep into the telethon. I think we could probably leave. I mean, everybody listening to this podcast has definitely watched the telethon. So why don't we move into honorable mentions, unless there's something else that you want to highlight there?
Everything is great. We have a lot more.
Controversial takes on Schvitz.
Yeah, this is from the pack. This
Oh,
was
no.
Crazy. Oh man, I gotta log in.
Did you two have a favorite part of the telethon?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I loved the doxing. I think the doxing
Don't
part
dox
was
yourself
don't
was
dox
pretty
yourself was great. I loved Jacob Jeffries being his freshman self, being so green.
The trumpet
into
during
the
Miracle was iconic.
Yeah, the Miracle, the experimentation was great.
The no comments was awesome.
Oh yeah, we don't no reading comments. I love that because I love how Jack, there's a dichotomy to him. I feel like, and that we get to see very clearly in this telethon, where like what you were saying, Daniel, earlier about his exploration and letting the era 2 come to him. There's an innate openness, right? Like what we've heard recently, a clenched fist cannot receive, right? Only an open hand can, right? So he's kind of taking that, but also the complete opposite of that, where he's taking full control of, no, we're not saying comments. No, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing that. Stop showing us. You're doxing us. Boom, boom, boom. But then at the end, he flips on the dichotomy and opens it up. Turn on all the mics. All the mics on. Turn them on. And it's just this cacophonous, lovely orchestra of just random sounds. And I think that's honestly the whole telethon is my favorite part.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna butcher what I feel. I was very surprised at how funny Joey Dosick is, but there's a moment when they're talking about how you want to get within that 330 for radio play.
Yes, I have that.
You have that?
Yeah.
You play that if you have that Joey dope.
Yeah,
it
let's
was
bring
so
that up.
funny, and it broke Jack.
It is really funny. It was actually the next thing on the document.
Dude,
that one.
wow.
It's gone. You
Damn
gotta
you,
cut
Stratton.
these sometimes, man, because you gotta get that thing under 330, man. Otherwise, sledgehammer's coming down. No radio.
Why
The
so many
label was
animals?
That's the way we called corporate, and they were like, 415 is not going to cut it. We want 320. Nick Jonas is getting to the chorus in under 30 seconds, bro. Let's go,
If
man.
it's 3:30, if it's right. If it's more than 3:30, Jack just starts the next track on the Vulf album.
Exactly.
But I already did blacklisted from the Fish channel because it's less than 8 minutes.
That's the problem, man. We're in a
Right.
weird zone. It's
Of
like,
course.
Jonas is hitting the chorus.
I do love Jack for that reason, though,
Yeah.
because if a song is too long,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I think that there's
it has its place.
think
it has its place.
I think he's probably working on it. Because, it's hard to make a Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. It's hard to make the Odyssey. And those songs, the Odyssey is 24 minutes? 6 Degrees is like an hour almost, something like that.
Yeah.
But I think there may be a 6 to 8 minute Vulfpeck song at some point.
Mhm.
I think it just has to be the right time. And much like to Daniel's point, I think he's letting it come to him. There's got to be something to be said in that time. Maybe it'll be spoken word, but who knows? Yeah.
Could be fun.
Yeah. On to the Schvitz controversy.
So this was posted in the Vulfpeck, and there was just some really heinous takes in here.
Okay.
Like, there's no standout instant classic in this album. There's at least 4 or 5 for me in this album.
In the way 3 on E and LAX did the first. No.
There's at least 4 or 5 of them in this album for me.
Yeah.
This one has more probably big hits than a lot of the Vulf albums have.
I gotta say, the Real Estate album is way more bubblegum than this album. You know, like
100%.
What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I don't know.
LAX 3 on E, that's bubblegum compared to Schvitz.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not gonna lie, this album did hit me more than that one did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading some of these other takes, and I don't think that there's any substance to this post. Sorry, Justin.
Pack member Justin.
No, it's just like the first one with Antoine getting, half the tracks and being presented as the de facto lead singer. It just
he
shows,
is
like,
the de facto lead singer.
There's that,
There's
but then
Theo too. But...
Yeah, there's Joey. There's
but they're not de facto. Antoine's de facto.
Okay.
But Theo not having.
But
more than
I
one.
disagree with that being negative. Like, I think Antoine is the voice of Vulfpeck.
It's interesting. I felt like he was very not underutilized, but he was more scarce in an album like Hill Climber or even Mr. Finish Line. Whereas, you go back to the first, the early albums. There's a lot more Antoine voice. There is Theo voice, and there was definitely this,
like Hill Climber was Theo.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, Hill Climber was very Theo.
Very Theo.
And that was something we talked about, right? Is how, like, wild of a departure that was.
Right. Yes. Remember, wasn't it one of the live videos we were watching where I even made a meme of it?
Yeah.
The face you make when you realize you're not the front man anymore, and it's Theo playing drums, and he's like, oh, my God. Yeah.
And I'm not mad about it, though, because I feel like Theo used to have the monopoly, and I'm a huge Antoine Stanley stan.
Yep.
I'm a huge
Stanley
stan for Stanley.
Yeah.
And so, like, him having a lot of tracks on this, like, a lot of them are my favorites on the album.
Right.
So I'm not mad about it.
Well, it kind of goes to the point we were making a little bit earlier where the dynamicness or the dynamism, I guess, is that the noun version of the word dynamic?
Why not?
Is Jack needs to shift gears, so to speak, to get the intended result he wants. You're gonna get energy. You're gonna get everything you want with upwards energy with Antoine, right? You're gonna get everything really emotional with Theo, but with Joey Dosick too, he's got a little bit of twinge of both, right? So like, I think Jack is just really picking his weapon cleverly in that whatever intrinsic creative result he wants, that person sings that song, regardless if they wrote it or not.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got Theo with, was it Captain Hook, right? Is Theo on Captain Hook?
Yeah, Theo's on
Captain Hook. Right,
that is Theo.
Right, that is Theo. So it's not like Theo
Back
can't
pocket.
do that, can't be poppy, and can't be hippity hop energy like Antoine, but Antoine brings that, and Theo brings something else to the table that isn't less or more. It's equal. It's just a different sound, and I think Jack is just really good at picking his tools. And but I do think Antoine is the de facto lead singer of Vulfpeck. Although Theo deserves a spot there, he's been outshined, like the meme suggests.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was
Love you,
reading
Theo.
some of the other ones, and there are some of Justin's points I do agree with. I especially do agree with Dakota's point down there. Weren't we supposed to have gotten a lyric Disco Ulysses by now?
You're right.
It could still be coming. I remember in this telethon, they were
Yeah.
talking about how Jack usually comes up with these years and years in advance and tweaks it and tweaks it and tweaks it, and finally it's dropped on an album and they don't even know.
Right.
So like, I feel like it's gonna maybe be like next year or the year after.
Well, yeah, like he was even mentioning about the Theo track that he's been sitting on that for a long time. And also Jack mentioning in the State of the Vulf that there's so much more to come. You know, there is so much more that they're going to tackle. Like the summit that they've already hit is literally just a hill that they've climbed. You know, they haven't even touched the mountain peak. You know, they're in a dip point. They've reached the top of a hill and have gone down are gonna, you know, Bitcoin to 100,000. You know, they're in a bear market, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan commented, "We need EP Vulf back. They're coasting. Old Dog needs to learn new tricks. Was hyped after a key change, but then it happened in another song." So I guess they're not allowed to do more than one key change per album.
I think I was my initial reaction to that key change was negative, but the more I listened to it, it's a very short key change in New. Is it New Guru? I believe that key changes. I believe it's New Guru where he's like he changes it and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bring it back down."
Right.
It's shtick.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I love that. Yeah, and then we have a meme. Sauna's melody is more of an earworm than Earworm's melody. I completely disagree.
I agree. You do?
Yeah. No, I'm singing Earworm way more than I'm singing Sauna. And I'll one up that to Simple Step is more of an earworm than Earworm.
Simple Step's very earworm, yeah.
Yeah. A simple step.
People are mad about the oddly religious overtones.
So what?
Miracle feels like youth group music. I mean, I think it was based on like a choir thing, wasn't it?
They missed Jack's last project.
I know, right? Have you met Vulfman?
Right. And also, I would think the religious aspect of Vulf is in the Vulf sphere. I mean, also that's very noble of a Jewish person to kind of integrate a more Christianic religious aspect, right?
Jack loves like gospel, like implementing gospel things. I mean, Antoine is his lead singer who has a Baptist background who sang in the church for years and years, might still.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Yeah. And like even the Vulf 2s, the videos that he's made, there's so much gospel.
So much gospel. Especially the tambourine
the tambourine
stuff.
one and the organ.
That's good music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know, that comment, like the oddly religious overtones, you're the devil, Shannon. How about that?
Don't say that to Don't say that to Shannon.
I've actually just learned recently the etymology of the word Satan means of the eye, meaning your senses. If you believe in your senses, that's the devil.
Yeah.
What is true is your inner nonsensical reality. What we see in front of us is not reality. What is in us dictates reality.
You've lost me.
I know.
But all I'm saying is, Shannon, if you're worried about religious overtones,
listen to something else. Yeah, go listen to Iron Maiden.
You're going to have a hard time listening to most music made in America, unfortunately.
Well, most music anywhere, honestly. If you go to Africa, I'm sure that's pretty religious.
Yeah, there's religion everywhere.
Call this poor woman Satan. She loves the album.
Love the album. Love the album.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
No, but people take the word Satan so literal. It's not a it's not a person. It's not the red in a red suit. It's of the senses.
Oh no, you guys, we have a bad one.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, it's corny AF.
Okay. Well. Jeez, man.
You ever heard of
Why are you in the back?
Album?
I know.
It's part of the charm.
Right, exactly. That's Theo's
amazing.
point. It's kids' music.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
supposed to be.
Yeah.
We already went over this meme.
All right. Next to honorable mentions, we have a Tommy Does Music in the Schvitz Fit.
He has a Schvitz Fit, you guys.
Okay. Hey! He's done the whole album?
Full. It's the full
album, one take.
Album. Yeah.
Tommy,
He always plays the Corey parts. Yeah.
Right.
What were you gonna say, D?
I was gonna ask Tommy, what festival do you want to play at?
Yeah. What
comment below.
Well, I gotta say, Tommy's gonna play at many festivals if he keeps it up.
0 doubts
100%.
about that.
Yeah.
Also, gotta say, Tommy, drop your curl routine in the chat because your curls are popping, honey.
Oh, yes.
I gotta say, I think you and me, we have the same curl pattern. Not right now because my hair is.
No, I think you could achieve that. Yeah. No. Also, is that a whoopee cushion on his head? Did he like cut a whoopee cushion up?
I think it's felt. I think it's felt that he.
It's felt.
sewed. It's felt.
It literally looks like the whoopee cushion my dad got me for Christmas
It's
this
his
year.
mom's waffle net.
Yeah.
Knit robe.
Yeah.
And then some red felt.
I gotta say, Tommy, you are an incredible musician. Keep it up. We love you.
You're an icon. You're a star. You're a legend.
But I also think it's interesting that he plays kind of I think they're called a Jackson style type of guitar, where it's more like melodic, not metal, but like a Satriani type guitar style. It's interesting because I remember I had a BC Rich Warlock, which is very metal, very Iron Maiden or like hardcore kind of thing, and I tried playing ska on it. And it's really hard to play ska music on a metal guitar, like a metal style guitar, not like metal like the materials, but like the music metal. Interesting choice because you have a plethora of guitars behind you. Where's the Strat, Tommy? You're playing Core 1, you gotta have the Strat, can't have the Jackson. I know it's not a Jackson guitar, but if you're ever at Guitar Center, you see a Jackson, it's kind of melodic.
Maybe it was out
long
of commish.
hair flowing.
Maybe it was out of commish.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know?
Yeah. I was like, save up for a Squire. $100 guitar. Get a Squire out there. I love you, Tommy. Talk about a freshman. We love Tommy here, and join the Patreon, Tommy, please. You can get another pack of cards.
Last honorable mentions this awesome poster that somebody drew.
Wow, it's very Tamberwolf-esque.
Very.
Yeah, I love it. I also love the rug on the Wurlitzer.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Super cute.
Love it.
Got the de facto singer singing.
I gotta say,
funny.
Yeah. And I think we've come to the end of the Conscious Club podcast.
Yeah.
I swapped the ending for a miracle because I think it's a great thing to end on.
Oddly religious undertones, though.
Yeah. Well, I think that's great.
Love the album.
Love the album.
Love the album.
But I'm the devil.
No. We love Shannon.
Yeah, we love Shannon. It's all in good fun here. I like you call people Satan, it really brings up something here. But if you look up the etymology of Satan, it's just of the eyes. That means if you believe in your senses, you're not believing in reality. When reality is in here. Anyway, I know it's heady stuff. Heady. But we're here at CHOBO Studios. Thank you, Daniel,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. We love your Vulf hat, your Greek Vulf hat. It's incredible. We love it. We appreciate you producing this show for us. We wouldn't be able to do it without you, so we thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure. What a humble guy. The humble train has not left the station with this one. We love the Dannies. We love Daniel. Thank you guys for watching. It's the Conscious Club Podcast. Please join the Patreon. It's patreonify.com. And if you're still watching, you're a true fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll see you in February.
Thank you.
Charmander, you're a nasty boy, nasty boy, nasty boy. Charmander, you're a nasty boy. Why you gotta pick on, pick on, pick on, pick on, pick on, pick on Pikachu? When you turn into a Charizard, what we gonna
I think this is fake.
No, that's real.
Oh, it's real?
They do say Charizard.
Oh, okay. I thought we were being troll tracks.
Miracle,
Miracle.
is a miracle.
Keep on. We love you. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Conscious Club podcast. Just really quick, this is a fan-made podcast. Jack Stratton had nothing to do with this hot pile of garbage. We have no affiliation with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or, really anything under the greater Vulf umbrella. We just love them so much. We do this show out of love, not for money. But if you want to tip us, we have a Patreon. That's right. It's patreonify.com. Patreonify.com. That's right. Go over there. It's a hit new craze in the Vulf sphere. Get over there and help us out. We have many different tiers to choose from. If you have a little extra coin to pass on, you get some extra merch, some exclusive merch. So head over to patreonify.com and thank you guys so much for listening.